Hi there, and welcome to the Ingles table.
We're Susie and Clark Neal from Unicoi Preserves, and today we're making a classic dessert with that delicious depth of flavor that only comes with Apple Brown Betty.
We have everything we need from our local Ingles, so let's get started. And to do that, we need some Granny Smith apples, peeled, cored, and sliced. We happen to have this handy dandy kitchen gadget we call the Apple Whizzer. But if you don't have one of these, you can certainly do this by hand with a knife. This just makes it much easier.
And Clark mentioned today that we're using Granny Smith apples. Have you noticed when you walk into Ingles in the produce section, everything is so fresh and beautiful, and the huge selection of apples they have? Well, Clark, did you see the new Ingles Table magazine that's out?
I did.
There is an article in here that talks about the different types of apples and why you'd want to use them for this dish in particular. Little hint, they're going to stand up well to baking. So we'll look at that magazine a little bit later, but look at how neat these apples are. They're just cut into slices, and I'm going to cut them in half.
Sorry.
Excuse me. So as you're doing that, I'll go ahead and slice these. I'm going to spray our casserole dish with a little bit of non-stick cooking spray. That way Clark's job will be a little bit easier later on when it comes time for dishwashing.
Because I may be the pot stirrer, but I'm also the dishwasher
That's
around
right.
here.
Gotta watch my manicure. So keep cutting, and we'll get these apples in the bowl. Put that in there. Measure out our juice. That looks great. Pour that over. Clark, you want to help me make the topping?
Sure.
So first thing we're going to use is some Laura Lynn all-purpose flour.
We've got some white sugar.
And then simple spices, but these are just classic spices that you always associate with apples. We've got some cinnamon, nutmeg, and just a little pinch of kosher salt to help add to the sweetness. Would you like a spoon?
No, if you'll hand me the knife, I'll cut your butter for you while you're stirring those apples up.
All right.
We've got a stick of butter here.
I'm going to use my pastry blender to cut this cold butter into the streusel topping. All right, that looks pretty good to me. What do you think? Hot stir?
Looks great.
All right, so we're going to get all that butter in there because butter makes it better. Here we go on to the top of the apples. So look at how simple that is. This is a great dessert if you're feeling like you need something during the week. It comes together really fast. All right, Clark, if you could help me out by popping that into the oven.
Certainly. This is going to go in the oven until the topping is nice and golden brown and the edges are bubbling a little bit. Usually takes about 45 minutes.
So we'll be back in just a few minutes to show you what the dish looks like. Oh, there goes the timer. I think our Apple Brown Betty is ready.
Let me check on it and I'll pull it out of the oven.
Thank you, Clark. It smells so good in here. The apples and the cinnamon just wafting through the air. What do you think, Clark?
Oh, it looks just like my childhood memories.
Gosh, that is beautiful.
So this baked for 45 minutes at 375 degrees. And you see the top of the crust is nice and golden brown. It started to caramelize a little bit. The apples broke down a little bit, but kept their structure. That's the benefit of using those delicious Granny Smith apples. All right, we're gonna serve a little vanilla bean ice cream on the side.
That is so good.
Since you gave me 2 scoops of Apple Brown Betty, I'm gonna give you 2 scoops of ice cream.
Oh, you're sweet like that.
All right.
That looks fantastic.
And there you have it, our Apple Brown Betty.
Thank you so much for joining us here at the Ingles table.
Make sure to explore the site for more great tips, tricks, and recipes.
Find us online at ingles-markets.com. We'll see you next time.